Hey guys, it's Keaton again with 8-Bit Peppers. It's a little bit different video than normal, but today I'm gonna actually have two different peppers I grew, and I'm gonna show you how I save seeds for everything, personally. So what you're gonna need is not very much stuff, just a couple things to help aid in taking the seeds out, particularly in this kind of pepper, and maybe in like a more oval oblong shape pepper like that. Some tweezers helps a little bit. These are the ones I just kind of have dedicated to seed taking out for peppers now. It's something my wife had extra of. Now, necessarily, you don't have to have a paring knife, but that's kind of what I like to use for the peppers in this shape because you can just take them out easier with that. You're gonna need paper towel to put the seeds on to keep them dry. And then I just have maybe a little excessively long knife for just cutting that in half, but it's easier to cut a pepper in half with a steak knife style knife than the paring knife when you're just splitting it down the center. So I'm gonna have two different paper towels because I have two different varieties here that I grew. So I will start with the Cangstar Lemon Starburst. That's this particular one. So how I like to take the seeds out of the peppers that look like this kind of shape. First of all, I did forget to mention, I'm wearing gloves because I don't want to get capsaicin oil on my hands. It makes it a lot harder to keep it away from kids. You know, if you're going to be touching anything in your house after doing the video, you definitely want to wear gloves because it just prevents the spread of the capsaicin oil. But let's get back to cutting this one open. This isn't the sharpest paring knife, but it'll do for me. So just kind of gonna cut as close to the top of the seeds as I can, where they're located anyway, and just kind of make a circular cut around the pepper, kind of follow it. It doesn't have to be perfect, but just something to kind of get around, and then do a little twist, and almost all the seeds then come out for something like this. Now, where the tweezers come in handy, whether you want to use them or not, to get the other seeds out. Oops. Sorry. Kind of just pull the seeds out and put them onto the paper towel. And just kind of show you that cleaned out the Cangstar Lemon Starburst as far as I can tell. So that's kind of what you're going to end up with, minus those other two seeds. That's how I like to take peppers out, or the seeds out of peppers that have this shape, you know. So let me move those aside. That was a quick one. So now let's get on to the other one that's fun, and then kind of show you how I handle something like this. This one will be where the tweezers kind of come in handy a little bit more. So what I like to do when I'm de-seeding a pepper, and this is just for demonstration purposes, this one has not been isolated, so these would just be for my personal collection. But if you were to be selling seeds, definitely try and keep your plants a little bit further away from other plants. Like these ones were probably about 3 feet away from the other. So what I'm gonna just try to do, and it's kind of a guess every time, I'm gonna just split this right down the center. Try to go as deep as you think you can into it without cutting up seeds. So I just kind of try to do the outside edge, and then if it's still together like this, I just kind of like twist it apart. So that's kind of what the inside looks like. Now, let's get a paper towel from over here. And this is, if you have to cut the pepper multiple times in order to get the seeds out, or easier without getting your gloves all oiled up, you can. So with this, I have two different methods. I kind of will take the paring knife and just kind of cut the placenta out, and then use the gloves to pull it the rest of the way sometimes, you know, and mostly all of those seeds will come out that way. Easy enough. The rest of the seeds, I try to, like this is a bad seed, so I definitely wouldn't be saving that one. Sorry, it's kind of hard to see in there. That's one I would not be saving. Some, like that one, I just kind of took those tweezers and just kind of pulled it out. I mean, as long as it's ripe and you don't necessarily be too rough with the seed, it should save just fine. Actually, one more in there that just kind of fell loose, but so the tweezers definitely come in handy when it comes to this type of pepper. So that was the first way, and I've kind of noticed if you have a pair of tweezers like this with a sharp point on them, you can kind of almost cut away at the inner lining or placenta of the pepper a little bit. Notice how it's kind of cutting like a scissor effect on this. So essentially, I'm just kind of trimming around maybe an easier way than the others with the other knife or the paring knife, you know. So there's a little darker pair of seeds. I wouldn't save those, but essentially it doesn't take too long, this method. And then what I would do with this, since I'm not using the pepper this second, I would just put it in the dehydrator, cut in half like that. I like to dehydrate anywhere from 95 degrees to about 130. If you go too high, the peppers start changing color, and then you end up with a darker, looking pepper. So that was pretty much my way how I de-seed peppers. If you have different way that works for you, that's awesome, and I totally would be open to a faster, more efficient way. This is just what I've found that works for me the best and is most simplistic. I typically will just turn music on, listen to it with either headphones or the music just connected to a speaker. But so thanks for watching, everybody, and I hope you found this content entertaining. If you did, please subscribe. If you watched it all the way through the end, thank you for supporting my channel. But this was another video I made today, and I appreciate you watching. Thank you.